Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to give you 2 excellent decluttering tips that's going to save you energy and time and help you not feel so overwhelmed. Let's get right into it. Many of you have been all over my house from several different videos. If not, go back and look at some of the playlists. You guys can tell, and I've had comments, yes, my house does have a lot of stuff and it does look cluttered, but I am working on that slowly. So here are my 2 tips. One of them, and I've mentioned this before, is break your house up into zones and then mini zones. So instead of an entire room or an entire dresser, you might pick one drawer. Anything where it's not going to overwhelm you. So that's one thing to do. And with that first tip, get some kind of donation bin like this right here and put items in it. Right now, this is already half full. And I donate once to twice a month. And I'm filling this up about once every 2 weeks. So that way you have a place to put your donations. You can decide to sell it, or you can decide to donate, whatever works for you. You may give some of these things to a friend. I have friends that look through here and say, hey, this looks useful. Anything that you're not using. My purpose for anything that I want to donate or gift isn't an item that I am not using at all and I don't think I'm going to use or I don't think I'm going to wear. If so, I put it back in here. So break your house up into zones and then mini zones and get a donation or selling bin, whatever you want to call it. Here's my number 2 hint. Many times we see these fantastic videos where people are going through their clothes, for example, and they're getting rid of all of them. That's fantastic, and it probably feels like a load's been lifted from them, but you don't have to do that. Say if you're hemming and you're hawing and you're just not sure, so you're in your clothes closet and you only came up with 3 shirts you want to donate, and there's a couple more shirts or a dress, but you're just not sure and you're going back and forth. If that's the case, leave them in the closet, do your zones, and let's say you get back to that zone 3 months later. Ask yourself, have I worn those 3 shirts that I wasn't sure about? Have I worn that dress? If you have, great. But if you haven't and you keep coming back and 6 or 8 months or a year later, they're still there, then you may want to think about donating those things. That's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm able to fill this up. We keep revisiting the same zones, and every time we visit the same zone, I find things that maybe 2 months before I wasn't willing to give up, but now I realize I'm never going to use that item. So that is something that has really, really helped me. But doing the zone program and then breaking up into mini zones and doing it on your time when you have the energy is very manageable. You also have to make sure you've got a good sturdy bin or whatever you want to use to put those items. Those are just a couple tips. You guys know I'm not a minimalist, but this is some tips that are helpful to our family. Let me know from you. Do you have any tips below you want to share? Are you in the process of decluttering? Hey, I know that many of us would like to own less things and live a simpler life. That's all I have to say for now. Like I always say, I truly love you, you matter, and I will see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.